Stuti Satakam 71 to 80. आर्द्रीभूतैः अविरलकृपैः आत्तलीलाविलासैः आस्थापूर्णैरधिकचपलैः अञ्चिताम्बोजशिल्पैः कान्तैर्लक्ष्मी ललितभवनैः कान्तिकैवल्यसारैः काश्मल्यं न कबलयतु सा कामकोटिकटाक्षैः
आर्द्रीभूतैः अविरलकृपैः आत्तलीलाविलासैः अविरलकृपैः uninterrupted compassion. This kripa of Devi is continuous. So avirala is continuous, uninterrupted. Ardribhutaihi, wet with compassion. Wet with uninterrupted compassion flows. Because of the flow, she is wet. Atta Leela Vilasaihi, providing delightful sports, enjoying delightful sports, engaged in delightful sports. Asthapurnaihi Adhika Chapalaihi Anchitambhoja Shilpaihi. Asthapurnaihi. Astha is desire of the devotees. Asthapurnaihi, she always fulfills the desires of the devotees. Adhika Chapalaihi Anchita Ambhoja Shilpaihi. Ambhoja is lotus. Anchita is the mark, the form of the lotus. Now, she is of the form of the lotus. Her form is like the form of the lotus, but Adhika Chapalaihi, shaking much. The lotus does not shake so much in its natural state, but here Devi is shaking so much because of her compassion. Because of her compassion, when she looks at devotees, she shakes so much. Adhika Chapalaihi. Kantaihi, very beautiful. Lakshmi Lalita Bhavanaihi, beautiful abode of Lakshmi. That means Devi's form is being described. Devi's form is a beautiful abode of Lakshmi. That means what? Very beautiful, very enchanting. Kanti Kaivalya Saraihi. First he said Kantaihi, which is interpreted as very beautiful. Now, Kanti is radiance. Kaivalya Saraihi, unique radiance. Now, the essence of unique radiance is what is marking her. Nobody else can have that kind of radiance which is unique to her. Essence, that essence of the radiance. Kashmalyam nah kabalayatu sa kamakoti katakshayihi. Sa kamakoti, that kamakshi, katakshayihi, by her sidelong glances, naha, our Kashmalyam means draws, our faults, our doshas. Kashmala is dosha. Kashmalyam, quality of dosha, draws, faults. Kabalayatu means swallow, remove. Kabalayatu means swallow, remove our faults. That is the prayer. So Kamakshi is first described, then there is a prayer. What is the description? She is wet because of the continuous outflow of compassion. She is possessed of beautiful, delightful sports. She always fulfills the devotee's desires, and she is of the mark of lotus, but shaking much because of her compassion. She is very beautiful. Her form is the beautiful abode of Lakshmi, and she is very essence of the unique radiance. She is Kamakoti. Let her, through her sidelong glances, swallow our all doshas, all our faults.
Ahadunvantयै taralanayanaihi angajimai jayanti आनन्दिन्यै निजपदजुषाम् आत्तकाञ्चीपुरायै आस्माकीनं हृदयमखिलैः आगमानां प्रपञ्चैः आराध्यायै पृहयति तराम् आदिमायै जनन्यै
Adhunvantyai Tarala Nayanaihi. Adhunvanti means shaking, like in a wind. The banner of Manmata, Tarala Nayanaihi, Angajim Vaijayanti. Angajim means of the Manmata. Angaja is Manmata. Angajim of Manmata. Vaijayanti, the victory banner. Adhunvanti, she is shaking the victory banner of Manmatha. How she is shaking? Not with her hands. Tarala Nayanaihi, with her tremulous eyes, with her eyes which keep moving here and there, Chanchala, with those eyes, she is shaking the victory banner of Manmatha. Means what? Her eyes are more powerful than the victory banner of Manmatha, because Manmatha's victory banner is, after all, the compassion of Devi only. Anandinyai Nijapada Jusham. Nijapada Jusham. Those who are taking delight in worshipping at Devi's feet, for them she is the source of bliss. Anandinyai Nijapada Jusham. Atta Kanchi Purayai. Atta means having gone there, having resorted to Kanchipuram. Asmakinam. Asmakam means ours. Asmakinam means also ours. Hridayam, our heart. Sprihayati, next line. Asmakinam Hridayam Sprihayati. Our heart is longing for this Devi, is longing for this Devi who is being described. Akhilaihi Agamanam Prapanchaihi Aradhyayai. Akhilaihi Agamanam Prapanchaihi. The world of Devas, the world of Vedas. Agama is Vedas, Prapancha is the world of Vedas. Akhilaihi, all the worlds of Vedas. Aradhyayai, worship, all the Vedas worship her only. Sprihayati taram adimayai jananyai. Not adimayai, adimayai. It is a printing mistake here. Sprihayati taram means my heart longs very much. Taram means very much. My heart is desiring very much for attaining that Devi, who is Adimam, who is the Adi Devi, primeval Devi, the ancient Devi, Jananyai. She is, after all, the mother of all of us. So she is shaking the victory banner of Manmatha through her tremulous eyes. She gives bliss, bestows bliss on those who take delight in worshipping at her feet. And she is resorting to Kanchipuram. And she is worshipped always by the world of Vedas, all the worlds of Vedas. And she is the ancient one. And she is the mother of all of us. And our heart longs very much to attain her.
दूरं वाचां त्रिदश सदसां दुःखसिन्धोस्तरित्रं मोगक्ष्वेळक्षितिरुहवने क्रूरधारं कुठारो कम्पतीरप्रणयिकविभिः वर्णितोद्यच्चरित्रम् शान्त्यै सेवे सकलविपदां शङ्करं तत्कळत्रम्.
Duram Vacham Tridasha Sadasam. Tridasha Sadas we just saw, the assembly of Devas. Duram Vacham, beyond, far beyond the words of Devas, assembly of Devas. Means what? Devas keep praising her, but she is beyond all praise. You cannot praise her adequately. Dukkha Sindhoho Taritram. Taritram means boatman, helpsman. Boatman for crossing the ocean of grief. Mohakshvela Kshitiruhavane Kruradharam Kutaram. Mohakshvela Kshitiruhavane. Kshitiruha means tree. Kshitiruha means tree. Kshitiruhavane, in the forest of trees. Which tree? Mohakshvela. Moha is delusion. Shvela means it produces the tree. The moha, the delusion, is what is causing the tree. For that tree, Kruradharam Kutaram, she is like an axe with a sharp edge. Kruradharam means sharp edge. Kutaram means axe. She is like an axe. Devi is like an axe for the forest of trees which are grown because of delusion. The same idea is coming in Lalita Sahasranamam in two places, in fact. Roga Parvata Dambholihi Mrityudaru Kutharika. Roga Parvata Dambholihi. Dambholi means thunderbolt. Thunderbolt for the mountain of diseases. And Mrityudaru Kutharika, axe that cuts down the tree of death. Axe that cuts down the tree of death. Same thing is mentioned here. Kampatira Pranayi, she loves the bank of Kampa river. Kavibihi Varnita Udyat Charitram. Udyat Bhavana Sahasra Bhav, you say. Udyat means rising sun. Similarly, Udyat Charitram means shining. Her charitra, her account, her story is shining. That kind of description is provided by poets. Kavibihi Varnita. Her account, which is shining, is described by poets. Shantyai Seve Sakala Vipadam Shankaram Tat Kalatram. Kalatram means consort, wife. Shankaram Kalatram, the wife of Shankara, Shiva, Tat, that Devi, who is the consort of Shankara. Seve, I worship her. Why I worship her? Sakala Vipadam Shantyai, for removal of all the dangers. Now, the highest danger is coming back to samsara. That is the highest danger. All Shastras say it repeatedly. All other dangers are minor compared to this biggest danger. The biggest danger is our coming back to samsara again, taking another birth. So, that the danger is also averted by worshipping at her feet. So, Sakala Vipadam Shantyai. Shanti means removal. All the dangers will be removed by worshipping her. So, she is far beyond the capability of words of the assembly of Devas. She is the boatman, the helpsman for crossing the ocean of grief of samsara, obviously. And she is the axe with the sharp edge for cutting down the trees in the forest, which is grown by the growing moha, growing delusion. And she loves the banks of Kampa river. And her account, her story is shining as described by poets. And I take to her feet for dispelling all my dangers. And she is the consort of Parameshwara.
खण्डीकृत्य प्रकृतिकुटिलं कल्मषं प्रतिभश्री शुण्डीरत्वं निजपदजुषां शून्यतन्द्रं दिशन्ति तुण्डीराख्ये महति विषये स्वर्णवृष्टिप्रदात्री चण्डी देवी कलयति रतिं चन्द्रचूडालचूडे.
What are the benefits she is giving to us? What are the blessings she is giving to us? Khandikritya Prakriti Kutilam. We are all blessed with one thing, that is Prakriti Kutilam, crooked nature. Our crooked nature is being removed. Khandikritya means dismembered, broken. Then what else? Kalmasham Pratibhashri Prakriti Kutilam Kalmasham. The practically crooked faults, doshas, which we have. Prakriti Kutilam Kalmasham Khandikritya. After removing all our doshas, which by nature, which are all crooked, Pratibhashri Shundiratvam Nijapada Jusham Shunyatandram Dishanti. Nijapada Jusham, those who delight in worshipping at her feet, Dishanti, she bestows, she gives. Shunyatandram, without any let up, continuously, without ever getting tired. She never gets exhausted in giving. She is there for giving us very compassionately. What she gives? Pratibhashri Shundiratvam. Pratibhashri here means jnana. Pratibha is high level of intelligence. Here it means jnana, the glory of jnana. Shundiratvam, the glory. The glory of jnana is what the greatness of jnana is what she gives. She removes all your ignorance. By nature, you are born with all that ignorance. That she removes all that and she grants you the highest level of jnana if you worship at her feet. Tundirakhe Mahati Vishaye Swarnavishti Pradatri. Mahati Vishaye, the great area of Tundira. Tundirakhe. The large great area called Tundira, there Swarnavrishti Pradatri. She gives Swarnavrishti, that is shower of gold. She provides shower of gold in that area because Tundira is the place where Kamakshi is physically present. So that presence itself is acting as Swarnavrishti. That is one. Of course, there is a story connected with Kamakshi Devi, believed to have showered gold in a place called Ponvilainda Kalattur near Kanchipuram. There she is supposed to have showered gold when there was a famine. Now, that is not very important. What is important is she is always giving Swarnavrishti in the whole of Tundira area because of her very presence there. Chandi Devi Kalayati Ratim Chandra Chudala Chude. Chandi Devi, Chandi is, we all know, is very angry. Now, suddenly, why the poet is referring to an angry Devi? All the time she was Mandasmayam, very gentle smile, etc., very happy to give us blessings. Suddenly she is angry. Now he is telling us why she is angry. Chandi Devi Kalayati Ratim Chandra Chudala Chude. Chandra Chudala Chuda is Shiva. Chandra Chudala Chuda both mean the same. Having Chandra on his head as an ornament. Chuda is on the head area. Chudala is an ornament on the head. He is having Chandra as an ornament on his head. For him, Ratim Kalayati, she kindles love in him. For kindling love in him, why she is angry? Because there is an interpretation which we have to make here. She is pretending to be angry during a love quarrel. Because during a love quarrel of love, we have seen Parameshwara coming and prostrating at her feet. We have seen that so many times. So at that time, why she has to come and prostrate? Because she is angry. So that is the state of Chandi. So when she is angry, when he comes and prostrate at his feet and she pretends to be continuously angry, at that time, even though she is angry, even though she is giving blessings to so many other people, she is giving Swarnavrishti, she is giving Jnana, she is removing Ajnana, she is doing all that. At the same time, for Parameshwara also, she is giving her love. After pretending to be angry at the initial stage, she gives love. So Devi removes, dismembers, breaks the naturally crooked faults of us, and she bestows on us, those who worship at her feet, without getting exhausted continuously. She gives the glory of Jnana, and she causes Swarnavrishti, shower of gold, in the great area of Tundira. In fact, Mahati Vishaya, he says, because Devi is there. That is one reason why that area is Mahat. And she is Chandi because she pretends to be angry with Shiva during a quarrel of love. And then later on, she causes in the same Shiva love.
येनख्यातो भवति स गृही पूरुषो मेरुधन्वा यदृक्कोणे मदननिगम प्राभवं भो भवीति यत्प्रीत्यैव त्रिजगदधिपः जृम्भते किं पचानः कम्पातीरे स जयति महान् कच्चिदोजो विशेषः.
Last line, Kampatire Saha Jayati. There, on the banks of river Kampa, that Devi is effulgent and she is victorious. What is that? Mahan, he is not saying Devi, he is saying Mahan Kashchiti Ojo Visheshaha. Ojaha is brilliance, radiance. Mahan Ojaha, not ordinary Ojas. It is a great brilliance. Visheshaha, very special. You cannot see it anywhere else. Kashchit, it is beyond description. Something which I cannot describe, that kind of special, great level of brilliance is effulgent, is victorious on the banks of river Kampa. That effulgence is now being described. Yena khyato bhavati sagrihi purusho merudhanva. Merudhanva is Shiva. That is one who is having Meru, mountain Meru as his dhanus, as his bow. Now he becomes Bhavati. Merudhanva Bhavati. Yena, because of the Devi, he becomes Chataha Bhavati. He becomes famous. Shiva is famous as the consort of Devi. That we must remember. That's what he says. Yena khyato bhavati sagrihi. Because without her, he cannot claim to be grihi. He cannot claim to be householder. Everybody can claim to be householder only after marriage, isn't it? So he became famous as a householder only because he happened to be marry Devi. Purushaha, he also becomes a Parama Purusha, a splendid person. Yadrikkone Madana Nigama Prabhavam Bobhaviti. Yadrikkone, by the sidelong glance, the corner of her side, Kona is corner. The sidelong glance, Madana Nigama Prabhavam, the glory of Kama Shastra, Bobhaviti shines. Bobhaviti shines. It's well formed. Bobhaviti means it is well formed and it shines. What shines? The glory of Kama Shastra. From where it shines from her sidelong glance. Yat Prityaiva Srijagad Adhipo Drambhate Timpachanaha. Yat Pritya Eva. Only because Devi is showing her love. Only because of the love of Devi, Timpachanaha, a miser, Trijagat Adhipaha Drambhate becomes, Drambhate means shines as the overlord of all the three worlds. If Devi shows her blessing, a miser who will never spend 1 rupee on puja of Devi, that kind of fellow becomes overlord of all the three worlds because of the love shown by Devi. Kampatire sajayati mahan kasyat ojo visheshaha. So this special brilliance, great level of brilliance, is victorious, is effulgent on the banks of river Kampa. Because of that brilliance, Merudhanva Shiva, who is having Meru as his bow, becomes a Parama Purusha, a supreme person, and he becomes a householder, and he is also becoming famous in all the three worlds. And Devi's sidelong glance shines with the glory of Kama Shastra. And because only Eva meant only because of the love of Devi shown by Devi, the ordinary miser shines as the overlord of all the three worlds. That is the brilliance.
धन्या धन्या गतिरिह गिरां देवी कामाक्षियल में निन्द्यां बिन्द्यात् सपदि जडतां कल्मषा दुन्मिषन्ति साध्वी माध्वी रसमधुरता मञ्जिनी मञ्जुरीतिः वाणी वेणी झटिति वृणुतात् स्वर्धुनि स्पर्धिनि माम्.
Now here he is talking about becoming a great poet. That is the prayer. Dhanya dhanya gatihi ihe giram Devi Kamakshi yanme. Devi Kamakshi is an address. Oh Devi Kamakshi. Yanme giram gatihi. The flow of my words, the speed of flow of my words, giram means of the word, iha, here, dhanya dhanya, it is very lucky, it is very fortunate. Why it is fortunate? Because of your blessing. Because of your blessing, my flow of words from my mouth is fortunate. Dhanya. Nindyam vindyat sapadi jadatam kalmashat unmishanti. Now, later on, he says vrunutat. That means vani veni vrunutat. Vani veni means the flow of words, the stream of speech. The stream of speech. Vrunutat means let that maiden who is called the streamer, he is figuring it out as a maiden. Vrunutat, choose me. Swayam Vara we say, isn't it? Vrunatat, same. Choosing as a Vara. Vrunatat means choose me. So that lady is now being described, that maiden. Nindyam vidyat sapadi jadatam kalmashat unmishanti. That lady that maiden who is virtuous, she surpasses the sweetness of the honey, and she is the irreproachable ignorance. Kalmashat unmishanti, breaks the reproachable ignorance flowing from the sins. Kalmashat unmishanti, flowing from my sins, flowing from my sins. Jadata, ignorance is there. I am suffering from ignorance because of my past actions which are sinful. Sapadi bindyat, let her come and break. Nindyam, Nindyam jadatam. My ignorance is despicable. My ignorance is despicable, reproachable. Let her come and break that ignorance. Now, sadhvi madhvi rasa madhurata bhanjini manjuriti. Now, how is that maiden? How is the speech? Maiden means that speech. Sadhvi, it is very virtuous. Manjuriti, Manjuriti means of beautiful structure, beautiful conduct. Madhvi rasa, in the case of words it is structure, in the case of maiden it is conduct. Manjuriti. Madhvi rasa madhurata bhanjini. The words are so sweet that it breaks, it defeats the sweetness of madhvi rasa, the honey. The sweetness of the honey is being defeated by the sweetness of the words which are coming through my mouth because of the grace of Vani Veni, who has chosen me. Vani Veni, Jhatiti, immediately, Brunutat, let her choose me, let her choose me. Swardhuni, Spardhini, Mam Vrutat, let her choose me. Swardhuni, Spardhini. The words, how are the words? Words are being described again. Swardhuni is Ganga, Spardhini means competing with Ganga in sweetness as well as virtue. Because sweetness and virtue were referred in the third line. Sweetness of the honey defeats virtue, sadhvi. Now, Ganga is known for sweetness and virtue. Now, even Ganga's sweetness and virtue are being defeated by this maiden. By this maiden means by the words which she has blessed me with. It's a way of saying that maiden should choose me. That means what words should flow out of my mouth. So the flow of my words is very fortunate. It removes, it breaks the despicable ignorance born out of sins which are accumulated over several janmas, and that speech, flow of speech is virtuous, of good, beautiful structure, and it breaks, it defeats the sweetness of honey, and it competes and defeats Ganga, and let her come and choose me.
यस्याः वाटी हृदयकमलं कौसुमी योगभाजां यस्याः पीठी सततशिशिरा शीकरैर्माकरन्दैः यस्याः पेटी श्रुतिपरिचलन् मौलिरत्नस्य काञ्ची सा मे सोमाभरणमगिषी साधयेत् काङ्क्षितानि.
यस्यावाटी हृदय कमलम कौसुमी योगभाजाम. Yasya Vati, whose garden, Kausami Vati, flower garden, whose flower garden is Yoga Bhajam Hridaya Kamalam, the lotus heart lotus of yogis. Yoga Bhaja is those who are doing yoga, Yoga Bhaja. Devi's flower garden is the lotus heart of yogis. Yasya Pithi Satata Shishira Chitaraihi Makarandaihi. Yasya Pithi, her asana, her seat is Satata Shishira, always cool, is ever cool. Why it is ever cool? Shikaraihi Makarandaihi. Makaranda is pollen dust of the flower. Shikaraihi, particles of the flower, pollen dust of flower. Because of that is ever cool, her seat. How can it be like that? Because she is seated in Sahasrara Padma. In the Sahasrara Padma, on the top of the head, in the Dwadashanta area, when she is seated, this is how it is. Yasya peti Shruti Parichalam Mauliratnasya Kanchi. Yasyaha peti. her box, her jewel box. She has a jewel box where she keeps her treasure of jewels. Now, what is the treasure box? That is Kanchi. Kanchipuram is the treasure box. Now, what is the treasure she has kept inside that box? Shruti Parichalan Mauli Ratnasya. Shruti Parichalan. Something which is shining as Mauli Ratna, the Ratna on the top of the head. The Ratna is top of the head, shining Parichalan, as expounded in Vedas. Shruti Parichalan, as expounded in Vedas. There is a Ratna on the top of the head of the Vedas, that is the Upanishads. Those Upanishads are what is the treasure which is kept in Kanchipuram, that is her treasure. Sa me Somabharana Mahishi. Somabharana is one who is having Soma, Chandra as the ornament, that is Shiva, Shiva's consort. Sa, that consort of Shiva, me Kankshitani Sadhayet, let her fulfill all my desires. Kankshitani desires, let her fulfill all my desires, that is the prayer. Her flower garden is the heart lotus of yogis. Her seat is ever cool because of the pollen dust particles, because she is seated on Sahasrara Kamala, and her jewel box is Kanchipuram, and the jewel is the Maudi Ratna, the Ratna at the top of the head of the Vedas, that is the Upanishad, and she is the consort of Shiva, and let her fulfill all my desires.
एका माता सकल जगतां ईयुषी ध्यानमुद्रा एकाम्रादिस्वरचरणयोः एकतानाप्समिन्धे ताटङ्कोद्यल्मणिगणरुचा ताम्रकर्णप्रदेशा तारुण्यश्री स्तबकिततनुः तापसी कापि बाला.
Last line, Tapasi Kapi Bala. Some young girl, Tapasi, she is tapaswini, she is doing tapas, but all her appearance, all her actions are in contrast to what we think of a tapaswini. That is the description. Kapi Bala Tapasi, then the goes description. Eka Mata Sakala Jagatam. How can a Bala, young child, become the mother of all the worlds? That is the contrast. She is the mother of all the world. Eka, one and only mother, unique mother of all the worlds. Sakala Jagatam. Iyushi Dhyana Mudram. Ekamradhishwara Charanayoho. Ekatanam Samindhe. Iyushi Dhyana Mudram. Holding Dhyana Mudra in her hand. This Bala, this young girl, holds Dhyana Mudra in her hand. Ekamradhishwara Charanayoho. On the feet of Ekamreshwara, on the feet of Ekamreshwara, Ekatanam means single-pointed attention. Ekatana, attention fixed on one object is called Ekatana, single-pointed attention. Samindhe means lighting up, propelling. She is having one-pointed attention on the feet of Ekamreshwara, and she is holding Dhyana Mudra in her hand. Tatankodyan Manigana Rucha Tamrakarna Pradesha. She is wearing tatankas in her ears, in her earrings. Udyan Manigana Rucha, shining ever so brilliantly, those gems, because of the shine of those gems in her tatankas. Tamrakarna Pradesha. Karna Pradesha, the area near the ear, or tamra, or like copper, shining like copper, because of the shine from the gems in the tatankas. Tarunya Shri Tabikita Tanuhu. Her form, her body is blossomed with the splendor of youth. Tarunya Shri, splendor of youth. Tabakita means blossomed, full of flowers. A bunch of flowers is called Tabaka. Tabakita Tanuhu, bunch of flowers. Her Tanu means body. Her body is a bunch of flowers full of youth. Tapaswini generally will not be very young, will be old, but here this is a very young girl, and her form is full of youth, and she is the mother of all the three worlds, and she is holding Dhyana Mudra in her hand, and her attention is one pointed. She has kindled her attention, lighted up her attention with on one pointed attention on the feet of Ekamreswara, and her area near the ears is shining like copper because of the increasing shine coming out from the gems in her tatankas, in her earrings. And her form is like a bunch of flowers full of youth, glory of youth.
दन्तादन्ती प्रकटनकरी दन्तिभिर्मन्दयानैः मन्दाराणां मदपरिणतिं मत्नति मन्दहासैः अङ्कुराभ्यां मनसि जतरोः अङ्कितो राक्कुचाभ्याम् अन्तः काञ्ची स्फुरति जगताम् आदिमा कापि माता.
Now, last time he said Kapi Bala, this time he says Kapi Mata, somebody who is a mother. Jagatam Mata, she is the mother of all the world. Adima, she is the ancient one, the prime deity. She is Purati, shining, Anta Kanchi, in the area of Kanchipuram. And then he is explaining her Leelas. Danta Danti Prakatanakari, Dantibihi Mandayanaihi. Mandayanaihi, by her gentle gait, Dantibihi, with elephants. Danta Danti Prakatanakari, she is fighting with elephants. Danta Danti means tooth to tooth, very hard fight. That means she is showing a very, Prakatana means she is displaying a hard fight with elephants by her gentle gait. Mandaranam Mada Parinatim Mathnati Mandahasaihi, by her gentle smile, Mathnati, she is destroying Mandaranam, of the Mandara flowers, Mada Parinatim. Mada means arrogance. Parinatim means the peak of arrogance. The peak of arrogance of Mandara flowers is being destroyed by her gentle smile. I mean, this is all poetic imagination. Ankurabhyam Manasija Taroho Ankitoraha Putabhyam, by her twin breast, Ankita Uraha, on her chest area, Manasija Taroho. Manasija is Manmatha. Manmatha tree. If you imagine a tree of Kama, Manasija means, Manmatha means Kama. If you imagine a tree of Kama, on the tree of Kama, Ankura, the sprouts, on the tree of Kama, there are sprouts, and that is what is the two breasts on her chest. Antak Kanchi Spurati Jagatam Adima Kapi Mata, some mother beyond description, who is the mother of all the worlds. She is shining in the area of Kanchipuram, and she is, by her gentle gait, she is fighting tooth to tooth with elephants, and by her gentle smile, she is destroying the peak arrogance of Mandara flowers, and by her twin breasts on her chest area, she is showing as if they are the sprouts on the tree of Kama, and she is the mother of all the worlds, and she is shining in the area of Kanchipuram.
त्रयम्बककुटुम्बिनीं त्रिपुरसुन्दरीमिन्दिरां पुलिन्दपतिसुन्दरीं त्रिपुरभैरवीं भारतीं मदङ्गकुलनायिकां महिषमर्दनीं मातृकां भणन्ति विबुधोत्तमा विकृतिमेव कामाक्षिते.
Last line, Kamakshi, go Kamakshi, te vihriti meva, your sport only, vibudhottamaha bhananti. Vibudhottama means great jnanis, the best of jnanis, bhananti. Bhananti means say, describe. Your sport they describe in various ways. You are only one, your sport is only one, but they describe the way they see that sport, they describe in various words. What are the various forms they describe? One describes her sport as Triyambaka Kutumbini, means she is the consort of Shiva. Triyambaka is Shiva, three eyes. Triyambaka means having three eyes. She is the consort of the three-eyed Shiva. Tripura Sundari, she is the Tripura Sundari. Now, Tripura Sundari is a very, very deep word, meaning, having deep meaning. It has many connotations. It is the highest level of Devi worship, Tripura Sundari. Tripura Sundari is supposed to be the highest in the level of beauty, and she is the cause of the three states. That is why she is called Tripura Sundari. All of us go through three states every day: Jagrati, Swapna, and Sushupti, waking state, deep sleep state, and dream state. Now she is beyond the three states. She is the Turiya, the fourth. So, but she is the cause of all the three states. Similarly, she is the cause of creation, sustenance, and destruction, Srishti Sthiti Samhara of the worlds. She is also representing Tripura, means three cities. What are the three cities? The earth, the worlds above, and the worlds below. So she is responsible for all the creation and destruction of all the three cities. And she is also beyond the three Murtis, Tripura, three Murtis, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. She is beyond all of them. So Tripura Sundari has got a lot of connotation. It can also be interpreted as the consort of Shiva, who is Tripurari. That is the last meaning. Indira is one of the names of Lakshmi. So she is, her form only is Lakshmi. Pulindapati Sundari. Pulindapati is hunter lord, hunter chief. She is the consort of the hunter chief because she came as a wife of a hunter in front of Arjuna. This is when Arjuna was granted Pashupatastra. This story is there in Mahabharata, very well known. Tripura Bhairavi Bharati, another name of. These are the various Leelas she has performed, various ways in which Jnanis appreciate her. That is what we must remember. Tripura Bhairavi, some people call her Tripura Bhairavi, some people call her Tripura Sundari. Sundari means beautiful, something which enchants our mind. Bhairavi means something terrible. She is terrible form for all the three Puras, for all the three worlds, the world above, the world below, and the earth. She is very terrible. Why she is very terrible? She is very terrible for evil elements, obviously. Now, Tripura Bhairavi goes and destroys all the three worlds when the time for destruction comes. There are 10 Dasha Mahavidyas, and she is the sixth in the order of those Dasha Mahavidyas, Tripura Bhairavi. You can also take it as she is the Shakti of Shiva when he destroyed the Tripuras. When Shiva destroyed the Tripuras, who gave him the power? She, Tripura Bhairavi, gave him the power. That is actually Bhairava, terrible Leela of Shiva, for which Shakti was given by her. Bharati. Bharati is Saraswati. We saw Lakshmi earlier, Indira, now she is described as Saraswati. Then Matanga Kula Nayika. She is the heroine, Nayika, of the lineage of Matanga Rishi. She was born as the daughter of Matanga Rishi according to his prayer. Mahisha Mardani, we know all that story of Devi Mahatmyam, how she appeared as Mahishasura Mardani, destroyer of Mahishasura. Matrika. Matrika means the letters of the alphabet. Akaradik Shakaranta. From A to Ksha. There are 51 letters in Sanskrit alphabet, and she herself is each of those letters. That is why she is known as Matrika. And each of them is the mother concept. That is why the word Matrika is used for letters of the alphabet. Why the term Matrika should be used connected with mother? Because she is the mother who generated all those letters, who gives power to those letters, and those letters will take us to her. It is through the letters of the Vedas, through the Swara of the Vedas, that we can attain her. So she is Matrika in all senses. So many jnanis describe your sport in various ways. Consort of three-eyed Shiva, Tripura Sundari, Lakshmi, the beautiful consort of the hunter Keef, Tripura Bhairavi, Saraswati, the heroine in the lineage of Matanga Rishi, Mahishasura Mardine, destroyer of Mahishasura, Matrika Shakti of the letters of the alphabet. This is how various people describe you, O Kamakshi. Your sport is being described by various people like this.